Good evening, everybody. This is the Upstate Yankee Boy coming live and direct to you with the latest Yankees updates, trade rumors, and off-season moves. Today we're going to talk a lot about the Yankees, but first I'm going to get to some other off-season moves that are going on around Major League Baseball. The first one I'm going to talk about is Josh Donaldson. Josh Donaldson is coming off a rough year. He signed a one-year deal last week with the Atlanta Braves for $23 million. I think it's a good deal. Reason why I say is because he's coming off an injury. However, 2015 he won the MVP award. 2016, 17 he was pretty decent. 18 he got injured. So it's a good deal just because it's a one-year thing. So if he doesn't work out for them, he could always hit the market next year, and they don't have a long contract. Um, Another move that's gone on is with the New York Mets. They have acquired Robinson Cano and Edwin Diaz from the Seattle Mariners. I think that's a phenomenal move for the Mets. It's about time they spend some money, on a player. They picked up Cano. He's got 5 years, $120 million left on his contract. Seattle sent $20 million back to the Mets. So he's essentially getting paid $20 million a year, roughly. I think it's a good deal. The Mets need a star player. They need some juice to get their organization going. They also got Edwin Diaz, who is an elite closer. He had 57 saves last year and 61 opportunities. That's pretty good. I think he was top 2 or 3 in all of baseball in saves, so they definitely got someone good. He's still under contract for 4 more years. He doesn't hit arbitration till next year. He's 24. He's got a 100-mile-per-hour fastball, pretty good off-speed stuff, so great deal for the Mets. They traded Jay Bruce back and Anthony Swarzak to Seattle with a few prospects. I don't really know their names. I'm not much of a Mets fan. But all in all, the Mets did a good job with getting a star player and elite closer. They traded Juris Familia last year, so they definitely needed someone to replace him for the future. Another deal that happened, minor deal, but the Yankees traded Ronald Torreyes to the Cubs. I figured it was going to happen. They got Tyler Wade. They also picked up Timmy LaCastro last week. I mentioned that in my last live feed. I think that, it was more a situation where Ronald Torreyes wasn't going to make the Yankees 40-man roster, so they just kind of got rid of him so they didn't have to release him and pay him, whatever he was due. And then today, a deal got completed by the Philadelphia Phillies. They traded Carlos Santana and J.P. Crawford to Seattle for Gene Segura. Segura's a phenomenal defender, probably top 3 in baseball at shortstop. He steals about 20 to 25 bases a year. He's got a little bit of pop. You could probably expect 15 home runs from him. But he bats over 300. He gets his walks. He's on base. He's stealing. He's playing defense. So it was definitely a good pickup for them. And now I'm going to get into the Yankees. They might be on the verge of a big deal here in the next day or so with Patrick Corbin, a local CNS product. I've been talking about him for a while. A lot of people on big media outlets have been talking about him for a while. A lot of guys on Twitter. Even last year I was hearing rumors about the Yankees trying to trade for him. Right now the Yankees got a 6-year, $126 million contract on the table for him. I think he's going to take that deal. He's also got the Phillies and Nationals after him. Now, in the beginning, I heard that the Phillies were the, biggest challenge and roadblock in front of the Yankees signing Patrick Corbin. And the reason for that was that the Phillies had a lot of money to spend. Now I'm hearing that the Nationals are the biggest roadblock in the way because, the Nationals are known for handing out a lot of money to players. But I truly believe that it's all smoke that's being blown out there to try to drive up the price for Patrick Corbin and the Yankees. And I think by Wednesday at the very latest he signs. This is a guy who's a strikeout pitcher. He's a ground ball pitcher. He gets 48.5% ground ball rate, which was second in all of baseball. And he had 246 strikeouts in 200 innings last year, which was third in the National League. So I think that this is a great pickup. I think this guy is on the upswing in his career. He's only 56 and 54 with a 3.91 ERA. But he did miss a season and a half to Tommy John surgery. But in his 5 full seasons in baseball, he's got 2 All-Star appearances. Like I said, he strikes dudes out high clip. You know, he had more strikeouts than Severino last year. He's got a slider, the best in baseball. He pitches about 92 to 94 miles per hour with his fastball, so he's a decent fastball pitcher. But, you know, all in all, being he was a Yankee fan, he grew up a Yankee fan. Last year, he was talking to Meredith Marakovich and the USA Today reporters and told them both that he would love to sign with the Yankees. He would love to play for them, that his family, his friends, they all grew up Yankee fans. He's a Yankee fan. He's got a signed Tino Martinez jersey. He grew up idolizing Andy Pettitte. He wears 46 because Pettitte. He pitches with the same style pitching as Andy Pettitte, you know. And I think his slider is a little bit better than Pettitte's. However, Pettitte was clutch. Pettitte was probably the best postseason starting pitcher in Major League history. One thing about Corbin is that he's a competitor. I think a lot of people aren't seeing that. A lot of people are concerned about the Yankees giving him a big contract because they think he's a number 3, number 4 pitcher. But I think he's a number 2. He's definitely up there. He's definitely got the stuff to succeed in New York. He's competitive. He's from New York. He knows what it takes to be a Yankee. I mean, he's watched them his whole life, so he knows everything about the Yankees. I think that it's a done deal, if you ask me. However, you know, we have to wait till it's official. You know, when it is official, I believe it's going to be a 6-year, $126 million deal. That's what I've been saying is on the table. Last time I reported, they had a 5-year, $105 million contract on the table. That's what I was hearing. Being that the Phillies and Nationals are involved, it got to 6 years. The Phillies were the first team to offer him 6 years. Then the Nationals made an offer. Then the Yankees made their offer. So I do truly believe that he will be signing with the Yankees, if not by tonight, either tomorrow or Wednesday morning at the very, very, very latest. Another thing I want to talk about is the Yankees' relief interest, the players that they're interested in signing for relief pitchers. Their number 1 target is Adam Ottavino. He pitched for the Rockies last year. He's a great relief pitcher. He's from New York City. Yankees been interested in him for a long time too. I think he's going to be their guy. However, you know, it's no sealed deal. I think this is a lot different than, you know, the Patrick Corbin thing. This is kind of whoever signs here or there will affect, you know, who the Yankees get. I don't think the Yankees are in a rush to sign a relief pitcher. I think the starting pitching's their number 1 thing. Then they're going to get into relief pitchers. And then they're either going to go after a big bat like Harper or Machado. And if not, I see them going after Hechavarria, Marwin Gonzalez, Daniel Murphy, possibly re-signing Neil Walker. But I think, and I truly believe that they're going to get Harper. I've been saying this. It's how I felt. I fix the camera real quick. But yeah, I think Harper fits the Yankees. He's left-handed. He's wanted to play for the Yankees for a long time. His favorite player is Mickey Mantle, who was number 7. Harper wears number 34. 3 + 4 = 7. So that's what I believe. Last year when the Yankees were playing the Nationals in a series, he ended up shaving. To me, it was kind of a sign. He was being funny. Machado, he's also interested in playing for the Yankees as well. I just honestly believe that Machado is going to sign first. And being that the Yankees are trying to focus on their pitching first, I think Machado is going to sign, and I believe he's going to sign with the Phillies. Part of this video, I'm going to give you guys the top 20 free agents, where I believe they'll sign. and I'll give an explanation for each player and why I think they'll sign with that team. But everyone wants to know about Harper and Machado. Everyone's confused. Everyone's, losing their mind. Who are we going to get? I don't think the Yankees need either one. And even if they don't get either one, I still think that they could build a great team and they still have a chance to win the World Series next year. But I just think they're going to get Harper. The reason for that is because they got the salary cap space to sign him. And also, Brett Gardner is getting old. Aaron Hicks is a free agent next year. They got a young kid, Estevan Florial, coming up. I think he's going to replace Hicks. I still think Brett Gardner, he's a fourth outfielder. The Yankees could keep signing him to one-year deals for the next couple years till he retires. But I don't think Brett Gardner is going to be a starting outfielder for the Yankees this year. I think he got signed, and he got signed for insurance in case someone gets hurt. And he also got signed to be the fourth outfielder. He got paid $7.5 million on a one-year deal. $7.5 million is not really a whole lot for a starter. But if the Yankees don't get Harper, he's their starting outfielder most likely. And the Yankees signed him for that reason. Let's sign him. Let's get him out the way. If we don't get one of these big-name guys, we still got Brett Gardner. However, if we can get one of these big-name guys, we could, always move Brett Gardner to the fourth outfield spot. And if someone gets hurt, Judge, Stanton, Hicks, or Harper, if we sign them, you always got good old veteran Brett Gardner and Mr. Reliable. That guy plays his heart out, so I can't complain about that. He's not the most talented guy in the world, but he's definitely got the speed. He's definitely got the hustle. But as far as Yankee relievers, the five names that are coming up are Adam Ottavino, David Robertson, Zach Britton, Andrew Miller, and a surprise one that I heard today was Joakim Soria. Now, Soria, he's been a big-name closer. He was with Kansas City, got hurt, and then he ended up bouncing around the league a little bit here, but he's a pretty solid arm. I think Ottavino's their guy. If they don't get him, I think they go after Robertson. Robertson's looking for a little bit too much money for the Yankees' liking. That's why I think the Yankees are trying to get Ottavino. I do believe that the other guys are looking to be closers, and the Yankees already got their closer. So I just don't see the Yankees going after, anyone else besides Ottavino that hard, because they're all looking for 3 to 4 year deals, $10+ million, and they want to close. Obviously, we got Aroldis Chapman, so there's no closing in the Bronx. So, I think Ottavino's a guy that would be a setup guy for the 7th or 8th inning. One guy would be Dellin Betances, who will pitch the 7th or the 8th, and the other guy will be whoever they sign in free agency. And those two guys will give them, the 1-2-3 punch. Say Dellin Betances, Adam Ottavino, Aroldis Chapman. If not that way, you can go Betances, Robertson, Chapman, Britton. Whichever guy they get, is going to be their 8th inning guy, 7th inning guy. Also, Andrew Miller, he's a guy that, they could possibly go after. Today's video is not going to be as long as the last one. I just wanted to, spread this news and get it out to everybody so everyone can get a little updated. I do have a top 20 list here that I wrote down of all the free agents that I think are going to sign with what team. And I'm going to explain what team they're going to sign with and why they would sign with that team. The first person I got is Jonathan Scope. He got non-tendered, so he's a free agent. I got him going to the Angels. The Angels had Ian Kinsler as their starting second baseman last year. They ended up trading him to the Red Sox once they got out of playoff contention, so they are definitely looking for a second baseman. He's coming off a down year. A lot of people are doubting this guy. I think he's a great fit for the Angels. I think he's going to be on a 1-year deal for about $5 to $10 million range. Kind of a prove-it type of deal. So that's why I think he's going to the Angels. Joakim Soria, I got him going to the Houston Astros. The reason why I picked that is because I think Soria is an under-the-radar type of guy. Houston likes to get those guys that are under the radar. Look, they got Garrett Cole last year. He was coming off a down year. He gets moved to the American League and he goes to the Houston Astros, and everyone's like, oh, he's probably going to struggle. The National League and American League are different. The pitcher and the DH is a whole different animal. Well, he ended up being pretty good. He had around a 3 ERA. He was striking people out left and right. So I think that Soria is going to go there, and I think he's an under-the-radar guy to watch out for as far as bullpen guys. Andrew Miller, I got him going to the Nationals. Nationals are always looking for elite arms for the 8th or 9th inning. They got really good starters over there, so they definitely want to fill out the rest of the rotation and also get a few good bullpen pieces. So I think Andrew Miller will sign with the Nationals. J. Happ, I got J.A. Happ returning to the Philadelphia Phillies. That's the team he started his career with. The Phillies are spending money. I don't think they're going to get Patrick Corbin, and I don't think they're going to get Dallas Keuchel either. I think they're going to get outbid on those guys by the Yankees and Nationals, respectively. And they're the third best starter on the market is probably J.A. Happ. He's a veteran guy. He's played for Philly before. He's been on the Yankees, been on Toronto. He's been around the league. He's a great pitcher. Had a lot of injuries at the beginning of his career, so he didn't really have the Hall of Fame career he probably should have had. But he's a pretty damn good pitcher, so I expect him to go back to the Phillies. There's a guy. His name is Yusi Kikuchi. I might be saying his name wrong. He's a Japanese pitcher. He's a top guy coming out this year. I think he goes to the Giants. If not the Giants, I say the Mariners. Them guys are always, the Giants and Mariners are always looking for Asian ball players. So I don't think the Yankees or Red Sox, who are also, or the Rangers, who are also, big time Japanese teams that go after Japanese pitchers. So I don't think the Yankees, the Rangers, or the Red Sox are going to be on this guy's heels. So I say either the Giants or the Mariners, and I just think the Giants are willing to spend more money, so they're probably going to win the bid on him. Mike Moustakas, third baseman. I had Josh Donaldson going to the Cardinals. He ended up on the Braves, so I believe the Braves will go after, or the Cardinals will go after Mike Moustakas. Mike Moustakas is a left-hand hitting third baseman. He played for the Royals. Last year he re-signed for like $8 million or something like that. I think he gets a 3 or 4 year deal, about $10 to $15 million ballpark, and he signs with the Cardinals. They need some pop in their lineup. They're looking for a third baseman. I think he goes to the Cardinals. The next guy we got is David Robertson. I think David Robertson is going to go to the Cardinals as well. They're looking for a closer. Robertson wants to close. He's not really too interested in being a 7th or 8th inning guy. So I'm going to say that he goes to the Cardinals. Adam Ottavino is the next guy I have on the list. I've been saying the Yankees. They do have a 3-year, $24 million contract on the table. Does he accept? I don't know. I think he will. I hope he will. I think he goes to the Yankees. Next guy we got on the list is Zach Britton. I know a lot of you guys don't want to hear this, but I believe that he will be going to the Boston Red Sox. Just one of those things where Boston needs a closer. Craig Kimbrell, I don't see him going back to Boston. He's looking for a 5 or 6 year deal, around $15 to $18 million. He's looking for a Aroldis Chapman type money. Boston is way over the salary cap. They're looking to, patch their team together, so to speak, so they don't have a long, longevity of having a high salary cap that's over the luxury tax. They want to probably simmer down a little bit on spending. I don't think they're going to give out long-term deals anytime soon. Maybe to like Chris Sale next year when he's a free agent. So I got him going to the Red Sox. Nathan Eovaldi, I got him going back to the Red Sox. The Red Sox got 4 quality starters right now. They really only need one more starter to fill out their starting rotation. They got a solid bullpen. Their lineup's phenomenal, obviously. We've seen that in the World Series. So I think Eovaldi goes to the Boston Red Sox. Craig Kimbrell, I got him going to the Braves. That's where he was. That's where I think he goes back. The Braves got rid of him for a bunch of good prospects. Them prospects are on the roster now. I think they go and sign him, bring him back, and he helps them out. They're a young team. They're good. They just got Donaldson. I think they're going to pick up a few more guys to fill out that team. Andrew McCutchen. I got Andrew McCutchen going to the Los Angeles Dodgers. Reason why I got him going to the Dodgers is because the Dodgers are going to be after a lot of guys like Harper, Machado, Brantley, but they're not looking to be a big spender this year because, salary cap issues. A lot of teams are trying to stay under the luxury tax threshold. A lot of teams will go over the salary cap, but are afraid to go over the luxury tax threshold. And the reason why is because it's become a lot stricter. The penalties are getting worse. So I see McCutchen going to the Dodgers. I think he fits, salary-wise, maybe $10, $12, $13 million a year, 3 or 4 year deal. Marwin Gonzalez, he played for the Astros last year. I got him going to the Yankees. He's a switch hitter. He plays all on the infield, all on the outfield. The only position he don't play is pitcher and catcher. You can plug him in anywhere. He's going to get you 15 to 20 homers, 70 to 80 RBIs. He's going to bat around 260, 280 in that area. Plays good defense. He's basically your super utility guy. Someone's down, you put him in. Anyone needs a day off, you put him in. So he is the guy I think the Yankees go after to replace Didi for the first portion of the season. Didi's going to be out for at least 3 to 4 months, so they're definitely going to need a guy to fill in. If they don't get Gonzalez, I say they probably go after, a Hechavarria or a Neil Walker. If they go after Neil Walker, obviously Gleyber Torres moves to shortstop for the time being. And then when Didi gets back, you move Walker to the bench. With Gonzalez, I think the Yankees could slide him over to first base when Didi gets back. So that gives them, the ability to have a deeper team, a stronger bench. The other guy I got is Daniel Murphy. I got him going back to the Mets. I think the Mets got a better team now. I think he'd be interested in returning there. I got him going to the Mets just because they're in spend mode, and that's a guy that's familiar with the team. They don't got a first baseman. They had Dominic Smith, and they had Jay Bruce. They got rid of Jay Bruce. Now they got nobody, really. So they're going to sign somebody. If not, they're going to trade for someone. The only first baseman on the trade market right now is Paul Goldschmidt. He's a great player. I don't know who gets him. I honestly think Goldschmidt goes to the Astros. I'll probably cover that in my next video. I want to do another video about all the trades that are going on, all the trade rumors. Most of my stuff is more free agent stuff, so I think I'll do a video soon about a lot of the trades that are probably going to happen, trades that will happen when I do that video. The next guy I got on the list is Dallas Keuchel. I got him going to the Washington Nationals. The Washington Nationals are going to be big spenders. They want pitching. I think he goes there. I think the Nationals get beat by the Yankees to get Corbin. And the next best guy in line is going to be Dallas Keuchel. He's got a Cy Young. He's a few All-Star appearances. He's won a World Series. He's been in the playoffs. He's a pretty good pitcher. So if Yankees lose out on Corbin, I say they get Keuchel. But I think they get Corbin. So I'm going to go with Nationals to get Keuchel. I think if Nationals get Corbin, then you can see the Yankees get Keuchel. And if not Keuchel, definitely J.A. Happ. In that order. So the Yankees are looking at Corbin first, Keuchel second, Happ third. So Corbin's their number one guy. I think they get him. Donaldson, I had him going to the Cards. He obviously ended up on the Phillies. I got that one wrong, but, who am I? I'm just here, just guessing and giving an educated guess based on team fits, what teams are looking for, what type of money teams are trying to spend. So I had him going to the Cards, but he ended up on the Phillies, or on the Braves. So, the Braves got him, and now we'll see what he does with the Braves. It's a 1-year deal, so. A.J. Pollock, he was center fielder for the Arizona Diamondbacks last year. I got him signing with the Phillies. They're going to spend. They get Pollock. They need an outfielder. Next guy on the list is Michael Brantley. I got him going to the Atlanta Braves. They lost Markakis. They need an outfielder. They're spending money. They get him. I got Machado going to the Phillies. The Phillies are going to spend a lot. This is who they want. This is who they're going to get. And I got Harper going to the Yankees. This is who the Yankees want. When the Yankees want something, they get it. The only team that could spend money with the Yankees, really, are the Dodgers, the Red Sox, the Nationals, and the Phillies. Them are your top 5 spenders in that order. Yankees first, Red Sox second, Dodgers third, Nationals 4th, Phillies 5th. Them are the teams that spend the most money. Red Sox, they already got a big payroll. They obviously aren't going to fit Machado or Harper into their lineups. The Dodgers, they got a shot if they really wanted to go after one of these guys. They got probably just enough salary space, but then they wouldn't really be able to add to other areas. So I don't see them going after either one of those guys heavily because of that. The Phillies, I see them going after Harper and Machado. Whichever one they can get, they'll take, really. And the Nationals, they got a shot at Harper, but, they're not going to be in on Machado. As far as the Yankees go, I'll say this. They're focused on pitching. Now, say it takes them a week to 2 weeks. The winter meetings are this weekend. So, if it takes them, say, another week or 2 to get their rotation figured out and their bullpen figured out, then I see them going after these guys. But I think that whichever one of these guys signs first will not be playing for the Yankees. I think Machado is going to sign quicker. I think he'll be the first one to sign between him and Harper. I say Harper's going to probably drag it out to around Christmas or New Year's. The reason why I say he's going to drag it out so long is because he's got an opportunity to get more money. And the reason why is because he's got 3 legitimate suitors. He's got the Yankees, he's got the Phillies, and he's got the Nationals. Number 3 teams that can give him $300 to $400 million on a 10 to 12 year deal. Last video I talked about 10-year deals, 12-year deals with Harper and Machado. They're young. They're 26. A 10-year deal brings them to 35. A 12-year deal brings them to 37. These guys are going to get 10-year deals. A-Rod, Pujols, Cano, Miguel Cabrera. These guys got 10-year deals, but they were 30, 31, 32. A-Rod was 33. These guys got 10-year deals when they were getting towards the end of their prime. A prime age for athletes is 25 to 32 years old. That is the prime age. 35 is the end of their prime. They say this in every sport, especially with basketball and baseball. Harper and Machado just are turning 26 years old. They just hit their prime. So you're getting 7 to 8 really good years guaranteed with these guys, unless they get injured. Maybe the 9th year, the 10th year, 11th year, towards those, maybe those years they start to fall off a little. But for the most part, for 8 years, you're probably going to get all-star level play from these guys. You know what I mean? Both of these guys are headed to the Hall of Fame. I mean, Didi Gregorius is a great player, but he might not be a Hall of Fame player. Stanton and, Judge just started his career, so we really don't know for sure the longevity of Judge. And he started his career at 24 years old. So you got to keep that in mind. He's a late bloomer. He went to college for 4 years. He was in the minors for 2 years. So he didn't reach the league till he was 25. Judge is the same age as Bryce Harper. And Judge has got 2 years. And Harper's got 6. So you think 2 years and 6 years. The key reason the Yankees are going to go after Harper, I believe, is because they need lefty bats. They need switch hitters. They don't need any more right-handed hitters. I mean, the only lefties they got on the roster are Didi, Gardner, and Bird. Bird fell off. Gardner, he's basically a fourth outfielder, and Didi's hurt. So we don't have anyone else besides Aaron Hicks, who's a switch hitter, that's not right-handed. I think Machado still has an opportunity to be with the Yankees. Now, I think if Machado signs with the Phillies, it's going to be the Yankees and Nationals going after Bryce Harper, and I think the Yankees outbid him. He wants to be a Yankee. The Yankees are very interested in him. He can play the outfield. He can play designated hitter, and he said he would play first base. He's athletic. I think he would be a solid first baseman, believe it or not. Now, if Bryce Harper, for some reason, signs early with the Phillies or the Nationals, I think it's a slam dunk they get Machado. Machado likes him. They like Machado. But the issue with that is I think they prefer Harper over Machado, and that's why they're going to get Harper. But, I do believe that Harper is going to wait longer to sign, and that gives the Yankees a better opportunity to get their rotation, their replacement for Didi for the year, well, for the majority of the year, as far as he's out anyway. I think they'll get a guy for a 1 or 2 year deal to replace Didi until he comes back. But I think Harper pushes this all the way to about New Year's, and I think the Yankees are probably going to be in the negotiations late, just like they were with Mark Teixeira. They went out and got CeCe and AJ Burnett in 2009, and they traded for Nick Swisher. They didn't really need Mark Teixeira, but Mark Teixeira got all the way past Christmas into January, and he was available. Yankees were able to get in there and get him. I think that's what happens this year with Bryce Harper too. I think the Yankees are going to stay in it, towards the end, and that's how they're going to get him. They're going to wait to about mid-December. They're going to stay in the negotiations. I think Machado, because he doesn't have the marketability that Bryce Harper does, I think he gets less money. And I think he's more in a hurry to sign because, he kind of had a lot of BS with him in the playoffs, a lot of dirty plays. So I think he knows that his marketability and his value is a little bit down to where it could have been. And because of that, I think if he gets a 300-plus deal for 10 years, he's going to jump on it. He's not going to wait. Harper, he's been elite since he was 19 years old. He came up. He was elite. He's already got an MVP. He's got 5 All-Stars. Machado, he don't have an MVP, and he's got 4 All-Star appearances in 6 years. They both got 6 years in. The one thing I'll say is Machado definitely does have defense. That's where his valuability is more than Harper's. He's definitely more valuable defensively. But, like I said, the marketability aspect of it, Bryce Harper is going to put more people in the seats. He's going to bring more ticket sales. He's going to bring more jersey sales. So basically accessories and hats and coats and this and that, especially the jerseys, though. You're going to get more Bryce Harper sale than Machado for Yankee jerseys if it happened. Yankees got a big TV deal, $8 billion. They just bought back the Yes Network from Fox. It's all theirs now. They got money to spend. I think the Steinbrenners, they don't really want to spend money, but they know that the Yankee fans need these players and want these players. It's going to be an uproar if they don't get one of the two. And I don't think that the ownership wants to deal with that. The father, George, he spent his last penny, if he had to put a championship team out there. His son's not the same. I think his son's a little more smarter with making moves not based on his emotions. The father was emotional. I'll pay whatever to get whoever. He was the biggest Yankee fan that was living. So when it came to putting a team together, he absolutely put the best team out. The son, he tries to brainstorm more. He tries to put a better plan out there than his dad did. He takes his time. He tries to make choices that are better financially. Tries to put out contracts that don't have as bad, longevity on the contracts. It's like the Ellsbury deal. You don't want to have a contract that in 5 or 6 years is hindering their salary, like with A-Rod, like with, Ellsbury right now. You don't want to have that longevity of a bad contract on the Yankees. So I think he's more interested in making smarter decisions. That's about all I have for today. please get up the likes and please subscribe to my channel. I'll be putting out another video as soon as I get some news on Corbin. If it's tomorrow, I'll have another video tomorrow. So if it's Wednesday, it'll be Wednesday. Soon as Corbin signs, I'm putting out a video, whether it's the Yankees or not. I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a great evening, a good night, and I'll see you guys soon.